Are you fans of each other works and how do you learn from each other working together for the first time
บอกสิว่าคุณไม่เคยรู้สึกว่าคุณน่าจะอยู่ที่อื่นหรือน่าจะทำอย่างอื่นบอกสิว่าคุณไม่เคยเห็นหน้าผมมาก่อนผมอยู่บนรถไฟแล้วรถไฟนั่นก็ระเบิดจากนั้นผมจำอะไรไม่ได้เลยยกเว้นคุณเคยเป็นสายลับเหมือนกับผม
ถ้าแตะต้องฉันจะกรี๊ดให้
รับ
ตะกี้คุณคว้างมีดใส่ฉันเหรอ
ก็ผมนึกว่าคุณจะรับได้
คุณถอยไปจะดีกว่า
ถ้างั้นผมขอถามหน่อยแล้วคุณทำแบบนั้นได้ยังไงวิ่ง
ฉันเคยเจอคุณมาก่อนในความฝัน
นายในอดีตเป็นตำนานนายเคยเป็นซิทาเดลมันคือองค์กรสายลับที่ไม่ภักดีกับชาติไหนเมื่อ8 ปีก่อนเราถูกคนของเราเองทรยศ
เรากำลังสร้างระเบียบใหม่แค่รอเวลาเท่านั้น
เข้าใจแล้วครับ
ตอนนี้ฉันอยากให้นายช่วย
มันเกิดอะไรขึ้น
มันเป็นทางเดียว
เขาจะรู้เรื่องนี้ไม่ได้
นายต้องจำอดีตให้ได้เพื่อช่วยอนาคต
คุณพร้อมหรือยังนี่คุณมีของเล่นใหม่ไว้ให้ฉันด้วย
ใช่ผมทราบว่าให้สายลับคนโปรดของผม
อ๋อ
คือเขาไม่ชอบมันแต่ผมไม่อยากให้มันเสียของ
ทุเรศจริง
I love Richard's work. I think he's consistently been an actor that you can always depend on. Any role he takes on, you're like, you know he's going to give it his all. So coming into the show, I knew that this was going to be someone who works hard, who is a professional, and will care about the work. Like it's very hard to work with actors that come in flippantly and. Because I'm I care about everything I take on, so it's very hard to work with actors that just like, oh, I come in and just don't care. And this show didn't need that, so I was really excited to know that Richard was coming on board because this is a complicated show, and I think I've learned a lot from him. I mean, I've learned to be even more prepared than I have been to really look and work really hard. Richard has an incredible work ethic. I mean, he doesn't sleep at all. He works out at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's why he looks like this. Don't try this at home. But discipline, he has an incredible discipline, which sometimes I don't have. And I really think about him when I'm in a tough situation or I'm prepping. I'm like, you know what? I can do it. I can do it.
Wow.
So I've really learned and been reminded of how important discipline is in our jobs.
I think that's why we work so well together because we're very similar in that kind of discipline we have, but Priyanka has a beautiful freedom that I can sometimes be over technical, overthink things, and Priyanka's there to be like, hey, come back, let's be here now, and I'm like, oh yes, this is great. It makes sense that we did it. We've been doing it for so long at the same time we started doing it.
So
that makes sense now.
So there are lots of action scene in Citadel, like really every episode, I think. So how do you prepare yourself for this challenging role?
Well, we have an amazing stunts team that help us choreograph this, and I think one of the biggest things we try to prepare is me and Priyanka always have a great dialogue about all of these moments, not only in just how we can safely be in these action sequences, but how can we bring the characters into them, and that was as much preparation as learning the moves and how to do these fight sequences was us working out what's the character's dialogue, how do they speak to each other during this fight sequence, and that's what I think kind of elevates it above from other shows I've seen before.
Yeah. What about you, Priyanka?
I mean, it was a long time of being prepped. I mean, I've done action movies and stuff in the past, but this was a year and a half of staying in character, being prepared, training every day, making sure that we were agile enough that when we were thrown into a stunt scene, which went on for multiple days, like our stunt scenes weren't just in one day and done. It was multiple days, so you had to be really physically prepared and mentally prepared about what your characters were doing, because since you've seen the show, I can reference it. But if you see the flight sequences, any of them, what Richard's saying is that our characters still pop in those fights. You know, we're not just like shooting people and killing people. It's just like our characters and the story still goes forward. So that made it more complicated, but also more interesting to do.
Yeah. By the way, the action scene, the opening scene of the episode 2 by you is really good.
Thank you so much.
I really love that sequence.
You.
So, Richard, I've heard that you start your acting career because you want to overcome your shyness. Is it work?
No, you just get better at covering it up.
Okay, really?
No, I think it does really help. You know, I think obviously it does, but I'm still much more uncomfortable in this situation than when I'm playing a character, for example. That's easy. I can go on stage in front of thousands of people as a character, but myself with a room of 10 people is terrifying.
And Priyanka, you mentioned in an interview that you like to win when you talking about your Miss World competition. Is this mentality help you in this industry?
Well, I'm competitive, yes. I am competitive. I won't lie. You shouldn't play a board game with me. I'll probably throw it at you if I lose. I'm competitive, but I always have been. And I think that drives me to be really excellent and bring my A game every day. So when I come to set, I compete with myself. What I've done last, I have to outdo myself in what I did last. So if I've played a character before, I always look for what is it that I'm bringing to people who have watched me for like over 20 years now. What am I bringing to the table that is different? So I do think my competitive spirit helps me compete with myself and make myself better, or at least try to strive for it.
Okay, great. This question I really need to ask. Is there a chance that in the final episode, Citadel will have like a Bollywood dancing scene?
You'll have to wait and see.
I know you love to do that, right?
I do like a bit of dancing on screen. I've done it before.
You're a good dancer. At least one of us will be very good at it, I'll tell you that.
Okay. Okay, so Richard, what do you think is the best reason for everyone to watch Citadel?
What's the best reason? There's a lot of good reasons. I think because it's never been done before. Something on the scale has never been done before, and it's a story that really just keeps unfolding and developing and growing and growing, and you know, we already have the version in India is mid-shoot just now. The Italian version is finished already, so it's a world that just keeps expanding, and I think that's such an exciting thing to tune into. We're going to get to know a lot of people and a lot of different storytellers from each of these countries, and as someone in this industry, I think that's the most exciting thing for me.
Great. I watched the first 3 episodes and it's exactly like you told.
Excellent.
Really exciting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I have like a small gift for you from my program.
Sweet.
Amazing, yeah.
This is the logo of my program.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Thank you.